world. His outstanding nature is the envy of many. He held the pen with utmost passion and writing as a symbol of communication to take the world out of delusion. I remember with nostalgic surges the tales told by my grandmother as she sat on the edge of her cushion and in the quietness of her cozy room while I listened. She would tell me about a man of his words, a man of his brains, and a man of his deeds. A man who advocated the true essence of being a Nigerian. His words as he gently spoke bore semblance with the volcano as it effused with mighty force. I remember when home was not home, when home was a kingdom of slavery, when freedom itself lay in the hands of the white men, the traitors. He went through different curvatures. He fought to the last drop of blood in his vein for our future, for his dreams. There was indeed a hero, the precursor of writers, the heartbeat of literature, the Algeria of Nigeria, the Wordsworth of Africa, the voice that traveled and pierced through the ears of all nations, the true definition of patriotism, the man behind the achievements of my country. I'm speaking about no less a person than Sir Abubakar.
Good day, my distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am singularly honored and privileged to introduce a distinguished alumnus of this great institution and a proud son of this state, Mr. Bala Wunti. Mr. Bala Wunti has held numerous key positions in NNPC, too numerous to mention, through hard work, dedication, faster than has ever been recorded in the history of the corporation. He has experience in technical, commercial, and managerial responsibility. In spite of all the privileges life has bestowed on him, he still remains humble and generous to fault, and always ready to help. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, even though he's not present here, I would like to welcome our distinguished keynote speaker, who is now the Managing Director of the Petroleum Products Managing Company, Mr. Bala Wunti. Thank you very much.
I was wondering, how can technology fail in the great universal technology of education? I knew something has gone wrong, but I also knew that this university created problem solvers. And so I was never bothered because I know you will resolve the problem. And just in a couple of seconds, the technology is back and ATBU is working. Your Royal Highness, our very respected father, the Bini Abu, the Emir of Bauchi, Alhaji Rilwanu Suleiman Adamu, very ably represented, by the Secretary of Bauchi and the District Head of Lamia, Alhaji Yakubu Abdullahi. It's my immense honor and privilege to stand before you, sir. Vice Chancellor ATBU, Professor Abdulaziz, MA. First time I'm officially meeting you, but several times at several fora. It's indeed my immense honor and to congratulate you that you have a great citadel of learning. And I'm glad to hear the evolution of ATBU, from the basic science to the applied science to port security architecture, and now to medical sciences. This is to show you the power of vision, and I would like to thank you for driving this institution. The Vice Chancellor of Bauchi State University, I know he's supposed to be here, and pardon me, I don't know him, I've never met him, but I've spoken to him. So if he's here, please accept my warm congratulations and to wish you well in your drive to have a very competitive university that will give ATBU the runs of their money. State Executive Council members here present, members of the State Assembly present, my dear friends and brothers, particularly the Shetima of Bauchi, Alhaji Noah Gallery, whom I have a lot of story to tell, and of course my good friend and brother, the very unassuming, very humble Alhaji Yakubu Beshanu, the founder, group chairman, and chief executive officer of Shapa Group of Companies, which span across transportation and across the entire downstream petroleum value chain. It's a demonstration of hard work, it's a demonstration of vision, it's a demonstration of success, and it's a demonstration that you can reach the top, but getting the top is just the beginning. I wish you all the best. Bauchi State is proud of you, Northeast is proud of you, Nigeria is proud of you. Please keep doing and keep the right step. My dear colleagues and brothers from NFTC, I can but thank you very profusely. I can see Salisu Mukhtar, MEK, Askra, a Balawite, TJ, you just missed being Balawite, admit it. And all of you, Tolu, Lape, and the rest of them, for you to come in here, to come to my hometown, and to grace this occasion. Our scholar of the day, and our religious leader, my dear Sheikh, it's indeed my immense pleasure to have you. Please accept my warm welcome and my continuous prayer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase our iman. And may He guide us, may He stand by us. Your prayers has gone a long way in stabilizing this country. When I was told to come here, I was wondering why me. And truly I mean it. Why me? Because there are quite a number of distinguished alumni of these institutions. But then, three things come to head. And that three things is the fact that I have younger brothers and sisters who, for whatever reason, they might have seen me as someone that symbolizes what they call success. Obviously, we heard from the great scholar Kash Shetima, success different thing to different people. But for a lot of the Balewites graduating today, or I will soon be graduating, I somehow might have come across as someone that symbolizes success to them. And if that is the case, I cannot let them down. I have to come. The second point is the fact that this is the closest opportunity I've ever had in my life of coming close to convocating. And I have 3 degrees and diplomas. And you'll be wondering, how managed you didn't convocate? Good enough. Convocation is no prerequisite for issuing the degree, otherwise I wouldn't have gotten any. By the grace of God, I went through the postgraduate diploma in management in ATBU, one of the best in those days. And by the grace of God, I was the best graduating student. And ATBU is still owing me my prize. I was listed. But the truth is, I donated that prize to the second best graduating student because I was not able to do that. I also have an MBA from these great universities, and that immensely qualified me to be a Balawite. But partly is the fact that I've seen ups and downs in life, and at the risk of sounding not being humble or modest, I symbolize the story of possibility, the story of a Sangaya schoolboy, an orphan, with no father, no mother, from the age of 3, with all the disadvantages of this world. But I tell you what, those disadvantages have never stopped me from standing here before you. So it is a story that I like to share. It is a story that I like the graduate to know that we all have our humble beginning. Where we are coming does not matter other than we have to take it as history. But what matters most is where we are going. And in deciding where we are going, there are certain rules. And those rules are not of general application. They are specific to situations, they are specific to individuals. But I say if I can come here and share a bit of it, that perhaps will bring about hope and aspiration for the graduate. But let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, traversing the great lane and the breadth of time and chance, there was this beautiful place. A place that provides cradle of opportunities. Opportunity for molding and shaping people and society. A place where invention and innovation and technology thrive. A place where hearts come together in unity of purpose. That place is situated, is located in Bochinyakuba. That place is ATBU. Our ATBU, my own ATBU. Right here is a great ATBU. I say it's my proud ATBU because I like to call myself Balewites. But talking about Balewites, let me tell you a story what happened yesterday. I'm sure those of you that know my house, I have a little 5-year-old girl. Her name is Fatima Zara. And for some reason, she woke up around 11 o'clock. And she came to my reading table and she saw me walking. And then she saw the screen of my laptops. And what she saw is what you are seeing here. Okay, it's taken there. That you are going to provide, give lecture to Balewites. So she said, Daddy, you made a mistake. Oh, is it that you don't know how to spell your name? That you put E instead of A. And that you put Wunti instead of Wunti. So that's brought some sense of connection. And I said, well, I think perhaps that is what the graduates saw that I didn't see. That they see that even though they are graduating, I have the birthright to be a Balawite. Because Bala Wunti and Balawite has a very little difference. So this is the story of the ATBU, and I'm indeed very proud to be a Balawite. Now, in 1974, in the evening, we used to call it Ba'ad al-Asr. I was coming from Malam Goje. For those of you who understand Bauchi, who know Bauchi, I grew up in Malam Goje. And Malam Goje, for whatever it is, a very humble community. And I went to a Sangaya school called Makaranta Malam Poi. I never, in my wildest dream, ever think that I will have an opportunity to go to a Western school. Reason? My late dad. He think you better go and read Quran, master Quran, teach Quran, or you go into trade. And we have a similar story with Alhaji Abdul Shafar. But that afternoon, I was coming there on a Friday, and I came, and I saw 4 elderly people. One of them sitting on top of the chair, and the rest are sitting on the mat. All of them are late now. One of them is Alhaji Suleiman Darzo, the Baraya Darzo. The second one is my uncle Alhaji Bakoji. And the second and the third and the fourth one is Alhaji Salisu Mereke and Alhaji Hayama Kanike. I still remember them. And in the usual Fulani tradition, I bowed down and I greeted them. The man sitting on top of the chair asked, Alhaji Bakoji, you still have some young children? And he said, no, it's not my son. It's the son of your late friend, Alhaji Hussein. And he said, is he going to school? And he said, no, he's not going to school. You know, your friend never believed in Western education. So, he said, no, Alhaji Hussein is late now. But this boy has a future. And that he must go to school. Alhaji Bakoji told him that, but your headmaster, you can take him. That was my story. Suleiman Darazau took me to the school. The school called Oban Nazara Primary School. And it was the school where he was the headmaster. And when we went there, we almost lost it. Because I remember a lady, later I came to know, Auntie Tinuke, she asked me to try and touch my ears. Unfortunately, I couldn't. You know how they measure ages those days? Not people that are going to Montessori this day. All of you went to excellent school. Those days you go there, there's no age, there's no birth certificate, there's no nothing. All they say, do like this, and if you are able to touch your ears, then you get it. Unfortunately, my hand couldn't touch. And as far as it's concerned, the rule that Shetima Kashi said we don't have was applied. So there was rules. And she was very religious about that rule. And she said no. She went to tell the headmaster that I'm not qualified. He said, who said I'm not qualified? He said, go and admit it. It's just his nature that you cannot touch. So, without Suleiman Darazau, I wouldn't have gone to primary school. Obviously, without going to primary school, I wouldn't have been here. But it does not mean that I would not be successful. The story haven't started. When I went to Kopat Nasarawa Primary School, in about a year or so, Alhaji Suleiman Darazau was promoted and moved out of that primary school. Here comes my mentor, someone who has done so much in my life in terms of identifying me as someone that has potential. And I think about 10 years after my graduation, I went back searching for this gentleman. A gentleman of honor, a gentleman of character, a gentleman that mentor and teach a lot of people, that sacrifice a lot of people. Your Royal Highnesses, Your Royal Highness Vice Chancellor, it's my immense honor to introduce to me my second headmaster at Kopat Nasarawa School, the person of Mal. I requested for him to join us because my history will never be completed without the mention of him. And I'll tell you what he has done. When he came, he's a very competitive individual, I can tell you that. He wanted to beat Kobe Primary School. Kobe is always number one when it comes to my interest in those days. He said, no, Oban Nasarawa must do. But then, when the people got into common interest in 1978, when they are registered in 79, he doesn't have the numbers. And he said, no, I must make up the numbers. You know what he did? You register for common interest when you're in class 5. And you wait and take the exam when you're in class 6. I don't know how it is done today. He now said, no, go and take, I can't remember, maybe you correct me, the first 3 in class 4, or the first 5, that I can't remember, either 5 or 4. And we have, I remember very well, A, B, C, D, to E. And I was in class 4. And I happened to be from class 40, the second best in that class. And I was selected by the routing system of Madam Faru Kumar. And he asked that we be registered for common interest and join our seniors to take the common interest together with them. That was how I spent 5 years in primary school. And he gave us lecture. He will ask us to come back, we'll come back. He will lecture us until Maghrib and say, go and pray. We will pray. He will bring a lantern and we'll continue. He's very good with quantitative aptitude. I remember him. And he continued this even when he was transferred. He didn't see us writing the common interest, by the way. He was transferred. He was transferred to Overpada Primary School, I remember. He said, okay, if you want to join us, you can come close to my house. Incidentally, his house is very close there. I don't know whether his house is still there. And we moved, and he continued to give us that opportunity. And everybody wanted him. But he handed over to another great gentleman. But I tell you what, that one is a no-nonsense person. He liked to beat. He's a disciplinarian. You dare don't come late. And you dare don't allow yourself to be reported by class teacher to him. I'm talking to someone that popularly known as also. And his real name is Ahmed Tukul. So, during the period when I was in Corporate National Primary School, I was opportune to go to 3 headmasters. And I'm proud, immensely proud, and I would like to extend my profound gratitude to the one that is led, the Barai Naranao, and to the two that are alive, and to pray that Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to give you strength and wisdom to carry on. And that's one of the reasons that I want to talk to you guys. Please, after today, go back and reconnect with your teachers. Go back and reconnect with whoever that have had opportunity to touch my life. This gentleman touched my life, and I remain connected with them for the past 2 decades, and I will continue to remain connected to them till death do us part. So that's the beginning. But the beginning wasn't easy. No money to buy a uniform. I have to fetch firewood to survive. I'm up to. I have to beg. But then, I'm here. And you too can be much higher than me. So what are my moments? This is one defining moment. But the second most defining moment that I can tell you is that I'm privileged. School is an equalizer. We had what the class instruction said. I went, started Kapumadaki, and then started introduced the science school, and we are moved to Toro. And I graduated in Toro. And I have the requisite results to go into the university, and I was privileged to get an admission to one of the best universities at ATBU. And I was also privileged to graduate despite all odds. The story I will tell you about Zaria is the story that is also worth telling. Since I got admission into Zaria, I only came back about once. And when I came to Bauchi, I just managed to go back to write my exam because I couldn't get transfer money back. And one day, 1986, all my roommates that support me and what I'm doing, I think is this all. They finished their exam and they left. No food, no nothing. 2 days to my last paper. I went to Kashi Ibrahim Library, for those of you who don't know Zaria, and I went to read. I was reading while I was hungry, and I couldn't read no more. I decided to leave the library. Immediately I get up on the chair. That's this dizziness that took me all over the place and hit me with the metal shelf up the sky here. And I fell. I was rushed to the sick bay. I was taken to the doctor. The doctor checked me and said, no, it's exhaustion, you are hungry, you haven't eaten. He asked question, and he said, yes, I didn't eat. He said, no, you're going to kill you. You cannot be reading when you cannot eat. What he didn't know is that whether I have food to eat. So, I got the story. And he said, you better go and eat. And then when you come back, we'll give you some glucose injection. And I said, thank you. And I left. The lady, I looked for her all over the place, I couldn't find her. Her name is Grace. She was a nurse. And she said, my son, come here. You know what she did to me? A very concentrated Milo tea, chocolate, with some portion of bread, and she said, my son, eat. And I drank that tea like I've never taken tea in my life. And true to the word of the doctor, thereafter I was back. But then I have listened to what he told me. He said, you know what? To hell with the school. Let me just go and get away to go back to Bauchi. School cannot and should not be the determinant of my life. I absolutely make up my mind. And I said, let me go to my uncle's place. For those of you who know me, Alhaji Muhammad Lala is my uncle. He lived in Zaria, he grew in Zaria, his family are all in Zaria. So I went to his house with confidence that if I go there, I'll get him and I'll get transport to exit Zaria and exit for good. I got a lift, they dropped me halfway, I trekked to the house. But guess what? The house was locked. And here I was stranded in Tudumada, my hostel in Samaru, and I didn't know how to go back. And you're just getting late. So I said, okay, I can't, but I have to go back to Zaria. I go back to Samaru. So I came back. If you're familiar with Samaru, I trekked all the way from Tudumada to TZ. But something very strange happened. As I was coming to PZ, there was this truck, we called them T3 in those days, 911. It was coming and there's this young man, everybody running and running. I didn't know what they are running for. And I decided to follow them. And when I started following them, I just saw them fall on the queue. And I joined the queue. Honestly, I didn't know what was happening. And after the queue, somebody was shouting, please stay in the queue, stay in the queue. And then the man comes and start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He said, that's enough, let's go. You know who is number 10? Bala Wunti. And what happened? Actually, what they were looking for are end the pole that will bring down load from the trucks. So I was happy. I was very happy We joined them, we brought carton of cigarettes, and we put in the warehouse, and I joined. And the guy came back and said, thank you, Allah Mubal Barka. And he brought money, and he gave to the person that is in front of us, one huge guy. The moment the guy collected the money, he runs. Everybody but me followed him. I said they used to eat, I don't. So I didn't know what was the game plan. So I said, well, that's my fate. I couldn't, I was tired. So I just sat down by the side of the warehouse. And the man went to pray. He came, he made me performing ablution. He said, what are you doing here? And I said, I want to pray. He said, but I saw you working with those guys. I said, yes. He said, why are you standing here? Go and follow them now. I said, no, they have run. Run, go where? I said, have they given you your money? I said, no. He said, well, that's your problem. Just go. I said, sir, I just want to pray. So something maybe touching. I prayed, and I was about going. And then he said, come here. Have you eaten? I said, no. He said, come, let's eat. So they brought his dinner from the ate. And in the course of discussion, he asked me that he had never seen me around here. I said, yes. Where am I coming from? I tell him that I'm a student. Which student? I say, ATBU. He said, it's a lie. I said, sir, I'm a student. He said, do you have ID card? I said, yes. So I brought 2 cards. One was my parent mortgage bank saving account. You know, those days it looked like a passport. And then the school ID card, also a paper. And I show it to him. He said, this is impossible. He told me that he has a child in BUK and he has one in Sokoto. That he's sure they will never do this. And he asked me why I was doing it. And I said, because I need to survive. The man was touched and he gave me 20 naira. To understand the value of 20 naira then, it takes me 50 kobo to entire bus from PZ to Samaru. And I feel a sense of confidence. And that sense of confidence showed me that poverty will change anything in you, but negative. So I took the bus and I went. There's a supermarket called Goa Supermarket. I entered that place with confidence and I spent the whooping sum of 4 naira 50 kobo. I bought everything that I hadn't bought before, Nido, all these, etc., etc. And I had a couple of change, and just as I was going into market, there's what they call combo combination. I don't know what you call it now, but those days, what we call combinations, and generally it stems from combined honors, is yam and akara. And so I bought some, and I went, and I slept well, and I get up in the morning, and I was able to read, and forgot my vow that I was going to leave the university. And I was able, Monday came, I read my exams, and I said, I'm not going back to Portugal. I will stay here, and I found a job. And that was how I survived. Every weekend, if I'm broke, I go to Sabongari market, I do a bit of deco, whatever I get, and I use it. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad because it matured me so easy. It tells me to stand on myself. And it also tells me to always be kind to people. Because you never know the state of that individual that you're meeting. One moment I would also like to share. I don't know whether Professor Nayani is here. Okay. I never had, of course, I never had money to pay for accommodation. But for Professor Aningi and one of our colleagues, they are always staying involved. I'm always fighting with them. They never show me discrimination, but I never contribute anything because I don't have, and they know I don't have. And I just left a picture I wanted to show. I told the prof. And that picture is that when we were going to matriculation, I didn't have the clothes, so I was wearing a suit. They taught me how to not tie, and luckily it was a coat piece, but I was actually wearing on top of Wandomi Mazargi. And I borrowed a gown, and I took picture. And I sent the picture to my parents to make sure that, my brother, to make sure that I'm not doing any untoward thing in this area, that I'm matriculated. I still have that picture. Those suits belong to Nera, and he brought me for the future. I'm very grateful for you. So that was Zaria. But then I graduated. I cut the story short because I was getting boring. I graduated. I was called for service. I was posted to Oyo State, and I went to Oyo State. By the way, nobody knows about what state of education, what am I in first level, second level, nobody knows. But they know I'm not, and they know that I'm not doing anything in class, and they're always praying to me. I went to Ibadan, and I was posted. When I was in the service, I become so close to the camps official, especially those who work in NYC. And do you know the reason? Because of my name called Wunti. Let Wunti was the first chairman of NYC, and he recruited then director in Oyo. He took me Wunti's son, Aladisha Wunti's son, and he gave me all the benefits of respect. And that's when I know that there are brothers beyond your local community. And I was excited when I heard Dr. Kashim Shettin talking about being a citizen, and I talk about it later. And so I did NYC, and I finished. Then I came to Bauchi, and I was looking for a job. I look, the more I look, I never see. Look for teacher service, I fill in only numbers of form. Now, get up in the morning, breakfast become an issue. My clothes are dirty, I have to beg for Omo. I become a burden to my brothers and sisters. So I decided to do one thing. I said, since there is no job in Bauchi, I'll go and look for it in Lagos. And I went to Lagos. And when I went to Lagos, I stayed in my friend's place. And when I stayed there, he was so kind to me. But then, I felt terribly concerned that I'm not contributing anything to our living. So I converted myself to houseboy. Voluntarily. I would do our laundry, I would do the cleaning of the house, and sometimes I would do the cooking. The reason is simple. He has a houseboy, the guy misbehaved, so he left. And I said, no, we're not going to take anybody, I will do the job. And I will do the job. When I finish, go looking for work, again I never see. However, something happened. I got 3 jobs in 3 months. After 2 years, a chemical company job, and I did that for like a couple of months, a couple of days, and just as about to do that, they launched a new bank. I know a lot of you up there may not know there was a bank called Liberty Merchant Bank. Liberty Merchant Bank was promoted by famous entrepreneur Alaji Dangote. And I happened to be one of the pioneer staff that were recruited. And the salary then was handsome in those days. It was 2,800 naira. So I left a job of 400 naira to a job of 2,800 naira per month. And not only that, with a promise that if I successfully pass the induction exams, I'll be given a car and would prospect for promotion. So I started that job. But meanwhile, while in the course of my doing job, I have attended interview with NNPC. I've gone through the screening exercise and I did the last stage, which was the interview. But it took time and I've forgotten about it. One day, there was no telephone, there was no nothing. My brother find a way of communicating to me. They called one house. The house called me, come by 7 a.m. At 7 p.m. Your brother would call me. And I came 7 p.m. They called and we spoke. And he said, oh, they brought a letter for you. I said, which letter? They said, a letter for job. That you have gotten job with NNPC. I said, no, I don't need it. I said, I don't need job, I've already gotten one. He said, but you didn't tell us. I said, yes, I didn't want to tell you until when I passed the exam. He said, no, but everybody is looking for NNPC job. I said, sir, I don't want it. He said, no, that I should come. And you know, obedience son, I came. And when I came, he has planned a trap for me. Immediately I came, he said, I should escort him somewhere. And you know why he took me? He took me to Bala Wunti. And Bala Wunti now said, what job do you have? I now showed him the chemicals company job that I was doing, and I showed him the bank job, and I now say that I have an NNPC job. And the discouragement for the NNPC job is 980 per month, as compared to 2,800 per month. But Alaji Wunti then told my brother, Alaji Jama, that look, don't allow him to go for this bank. Besides, it's not Union Bank, and it's not First Bank. Don't believe in this bank. That in NNPC there's a security. And that was how I transit for bank that I haven't started to NNPC. But NNPC provides tremendous opportunities for all kinds of people. And NNPC tries to serve as a corporation that touches people's lives in many ways. I've spoken this in detail because of one thing. I really want to tell all of you, the graduates, that irrespective of your background, you shouldn't limit your success. And how do I do that? How do I navigate? First, there are certain fundamentals that you have to develop. Fundamental around your value system. For me, back in 2004, my daughter Aisha, many of you know her, Aisha was different from my background. She was very fortunate. She completed Quran at 9 years. And you will not understand why that is important. It's very common here. These people at 9 years. There's nothing new. But she did that between Port Harcourt and Lagos. She was born in Port Harcourt. And then, when she was 8 years, we moved to Lagos. And by the time she was 9, what that means is that even though you are safe and secure and healthy, if your neighbors are not, if your friends are not, you are not. So when you are talking about self, think about ourselves, not yourself, not myself. And I think that's the story I had this afternoon. Don't do anything. If you think by involving yourself in alcoholism, in drugs, in substances abuse, you are going to harm your health. You are going to compromise your safety. You are going to compromise your security. But not only compromise your own security, health and safety, but also the people around you. Please don't do it. And lastly, We all have parents. I love my parents. I never known one. But I enjoy all the love of the parents within the ambit of what they can afford. And you will not understand the love a parent has for his child until you have your own child. No matter what you think your dad or mother love you, you will not appreciate it. You can only appreciate when you have your own. It is at that time you will be hope and pray. And I pray that by the time you realize that your parents were still alive, so you can begin to give them more love. You can begin to appreciate them. You can begin to be thankful and grateful for what they did to you. And they teach us something. They teach us our value system. And so one thing that you can never do and you should not do is to do anything that would put your parents in disgrace. You should not disgrace your parents. You should not act in such a way that you will disappoint them. You should not bring shame to the family. If you think when you drink alcohol and you're moving on the street anyhow, and you become a point and a source of condemnation of your parents, please don't do it. Especially now there are a lot of temptation. And so for us, if you go to our house, and those of all who have hosted NYSCs, our hosted people that go for IT, our hosted visitors that visit my house, anytime I'm going, we use the American talk network with my children. GSP, GSP. When they are going to school, hey, Abdul, GSP, GSP. It's to remind ourselves that whatever as we're stepping out will be guided by GSP. This is me, the fundamental creed of life. These are my no-go area. I don't compromise this. But even though you don't compromise this, there are certain basic things that you must imbibe. Alhamdulillah, we're all educated in one form or shape. All of us here are privileged. Very, very privileged. Whether formal or informal, we're educated. But I tell you what, education is not the way to go. Education is important, very, very important. But smartness is better. Today you have acquired education, and not many of us will be street smart. But street smartness, as complemented by our education, provide you a better prospect to succeed. So you got to be smart. Education is just a vehicle, a car, a motorbike, a keke napep, whatever you think. What is the use of a car without a driver? Useless, right? That is where we are today. We are educated. The driver that drives very smartly is likely to get to your destination safe and secured. And not only safe and secure to get there on time. The car doesn't matter. The driver makes all the difference. The driver and the chopper got to be street smart. If you watch Formula 1, the long time number one, Hamilton, correct? He has driven all kinds of vehicle brands. Ferrari, Mercedes, whatever, it doesn't matter. But he always emerged first. Why? Because in addition of having the knowledge of driving a car, he deploys street smartness. That's rule number one. For me, rule number two, we all have our being. I am Bala. I don't have a prototype. And I cannot be you, because you have been taken already by yourself. The you in you has been taken by you. So why do I want to aspire to be you? I don't need to. I need to be authentic. And if you are authentic, it gives you a sense of pride. Although I'm an emotional person, when I look at my background, I pride myself and I say yes, for being authentic, for realizing who I am, what I am. It has only created way for me to succeed. So guys, don't be anybody, be yourself and be authentic. Rule number 3, courage, boldness is key. And I tell you what, is it Maria Yusuf? Please can you clap for her? That boldness, guys, you get to be bold. And for you to be bold, you need courage. But courage don't come by gravity. You have to do something. There are certain fundamentals that help you to be. So in your thoughts, in everything that you do, it's important to be bold. And to be bold, you need to think wide, you need to think long term, and you need to know your background. Thinking about now is not an answer. But there are certain rules. To be bold, you need to be courageous. To be courageous, you need confidence. Am I correct? Can anybody have the boldness without the courage? Can you have the courage without the confidence? I saw how Maria came, I was speaking. I see the confidence exuding in her. But do you think the confidence came by gravity? No. Because she knows her onion. She knows her stuff. And what is the stuff? She has the competence, and she has the skill, and she has the knowledge. So competency creates confidence. Confidence creates courage. Courage gives you the currency to be bold in everything you do. To think big, to think long time, and to think wide. Rule number 4. You are what you are, and you are limited by yourself. But I tell you what, good 2 is always better than 1. In the concept of management, they say you need to create synergy. And to create synergy, it means you have to bring in complementary skills. You can never build this 1,000-seater hall with just an architecture. He will do his own bit. The structural engineer, that's why Umar is here. They will do their bits. Everybody will do his own bit. In order for you to succeed, you need to be open-minded. You need to open your mind to new ideas. And new ideas bring about change. And as I said, the only thing permanent in life is change. And if you refuse to change, trust me, the world will change you. And if you allow the world to change you, they will change you in a way and manner that you don't like the outcome. And so the secret is, you have to be receptive to change, because change is the only thing that is permanent in life. I was talking to Alex Jacob when we were coming, he gave me a lead to this place. And we were talking. I think it was Alaji Ali that said, look, what is it that we're going to talk about? I said, the truth of the matter is that even if you refuse to change, time will come that you can't even find what you love most. And someone make a common example. He said, today, are there any manual cars on the road? How many of you up there have seen a manual car? Obviously none. Maybe the first 2 rows here or 3 might have seen manual cars. And I know one of them that was very analog. Every time he go to buy a vehicle, he said, no, I want manual. Today, why is that your manual? They are out. Tomorrow, there will be combustion engines. So mechanical engineers get ready. Tomorrow drivers will lose out because it's autonomous driving. Am I correct? Alex Japa has a lot of trucks, thousands, and he was telling me that all the trucks he brought are automatic. I said, well, you need to move to the next level, because coming will come that there will be cruise control. That what you see as dashboard is exactly a dashboard in the aircraft. It's already in America, it's already in Europe, and it will come here. It may come late, but it will come. So what you know that will come to you is change. And so you have to be receptive to change. And if you fail to change, you will be changed. And you will be changed in a way that you don't like it. Rule number 5. In this world, you got to be resilient. Tenacity is the rule of the game. Because it's an adverse world. The world is hostile, it's full of adversaries. But you must be tenacious in the midst of adversities. You get to be resilient, guys. I tell you what, it's my resilience that saw me through the university. It's my resilience that made me to achieve what I want to achieve. Of course, complemented by power of focus and vision. You fall, you rise. But no matter what the disappointment you encounter as you are going up, don't give up. Never give up. Be proud to fail and fail big. Failure is not a failure. Failure is an experience that you need to navigate the next step of your life. And so when you fail, what determines whether you fail and fail working is whether or not you rise and move and be consistent and be tenacious in what you do. Rule number 6, be kind. Many people, kindness have left us. We come from a society that is benevolent, that will look after each other's children. I succeed because of other people's kindness, my roommates. I succeed because of the kindness of the gentleman that sells cigarettes in Zaria. Generosity symbolizes kindness. And so please, whatever circumstances you find yourself, whatever state you are, be kind to other people. And I tell you what, you can't act genuinely and be kind, whether or not you have money or not. Helping people to push something that they are looking for harm is a kindness. Allowing people to pass is a kindness. There are 1,001 way you can act kindness, not absolutely by giving out money. And I tell you what, at the risk of sounding immodest, I think my DNA is infested by generosity and kindness. I don't, of course, expect anybody, haven't read our rule number 2 of being authentic. I don't expect anybody to be Bala Wunti, because Bala Wunti has been taken. But I encourage you in whatever form of shop you have yourself, please be kind. And if you are kind, you will discover one thing. Do you know that? And I can tell you, anytime I did an act of kindness, I feel a sense of fulfillment. And I'm almost 100% sure that I'm happier than the person that is the beneficiary of that kindness. And that's what happens. If you are really commit an act of kindness and you do it genuinely, feasibly like me, believe me, you are happier. Many people ask me, why am I looking what I'm looking at my age? I look like you guys, right? Sorry to disappoint you. I will soon be a grandfather. And again, seated here, I can tell you one thing. Seated in this hall, I'm very sure there are people that have been paying their school fees, they don't know me, they've never seen me, and I've never seen them. Among the people graduating, and I think I understand about 3,400 or 3,400 are graduating, I have 19. That every month they receive an alert from my wife. Out of them, never seen them, and probably some of them, they told my wife that they will come here just to sight me because they see me on wherever they see me, in the internet, in whatever, but they never see me. And some of them say they want to meet me. I told my wife, sorry, tell them no, because of what? What I did to them was feasible in life. And I'm proud to tell you that 6 of the people that will be graduating are postgraduates. The 13 are undergraduates. And not only I pay their tuition fees, they all have laptops. And every month, they receive the same alert I give to my nephews and cousins. And I don't count my cousins and nephews because I consider them my responsibility. These one are people that I don't know from where they were selected. Just recommendation, somebody will say, oh, this person is this, some will just a couple of due diligence, and when it's confirmed, we'll do it. And I'm proud to do it. And this has been like this for the last 10 years. There's never a year that someone will not come out courtesy of my own generosity, courtesy of my own kindness. And I don't know them, and I don't want to know them. In life, humility means a lot. Again, humility like kindness is never a weakness, guys. Humility is showing respect for people. And they say respect begets respect, right? If you respect me, naturally, the tendency is I will respect you back. And not only I will respect you back, you see respect coming from other angles. And when you are humble, what you don't know is that it increases your strength. Because of what? It eliminates one of the most dangerous things in life, arrogance. But if you are not humble, tendency is you're going to be arrogant. And if you are arrogant, it's absolutely one of the recipes of destruction. And so, don't underrate yourself. And humility doesn't mean to underrate yourself, but simply to respect others. Rule number 9, contentment. It's not the level of what you have that makes you happy. Absolutely no. I've seen some of the richest people, by what standard, they are very unhappy. Because of what? They are driven by greed. And what is common with people who are greedy is because they are never contented. And if you give them the whole of this world, they will not be satisfied. But if you have contentment, no matter how little you have, you find out that God will bless it, and you will even do far beyond the person that have it in abundance. And so wherever you have, guys, please be contented with it. Contentment, contentment, contentment. It will help you. Lastly, number 10, be grateful. Be grateful to Almighty Allah. Grateful to whatever religious you believe in. Be grateful that God help you. Show gratitude. And once you are grateful, you find out that you have found an antidote to scarcity. It turns scarcity to abundance. It changes pessimism to optimism. And it creates hope and creates abundance. And so, as the common saying says, and I think and I believe, I'm not a scholar, it must have been taken out of the scripture, of the Holy Quran. They say gratitude brings increase. And so if you are grateful, you get more and more. And I would like to advise you that please be grateful to whatever you get. But then, all those things are helpful. But there's one thing that is common. You must take personal responsibility of your actions. You must make yourself trustworthy. There are 2 currencies that you must take to succeed as you step out of these universities. Because all of you, and I know a lot of you, will be looking forward to getting an employment, correct? When you get employment, please listen to this. There are 2 things that can help you. First and foremost, you must do your job. You must deliver on your job. And you must deliver quality. There's no compromise. And what I can tell you is that I've worked with a lot of Balewites in NFDC, and I found that they always stand tall. They are confident, and they do a lot. But then there's another currency. It's a currency of relationship. Relationship is built by trust. If I don't trust you, you will not be my friend, correct? And if you are my friend, I expect that you will not betray the trust I'm going to put on you. Am I correct? And there are common things that you will do. So you must build trust, guys. The thing is that if you are not trustworthy, nobody will talk to you, no matter how confident you are. But if you are trustworthy, the combination of trustworthiness and performance capacity will certainly, surely see you through to the top. It will certainly see you through to the top. And so, whenever you want to make progress, rest assured that that progress is likely to come with how much you are trusted. And you see it even in these universities. Some people they say, oh, a favoritism. Why is it that they like Bala, they don't like another person? Check out what is Bala doing right. Nothing, because Bala can be trusted. And so I advise you that please, in addition to everything that you have, and I'm not talking about whether you have first class or whatever, I congratulate you for that. At the tempo when I told you, but you need this to succeed. I'm talking to graduate of a famous University of Technology. Very soon I'm sure they will drop the technology because they are now into medicine, they are into management, they are into so many things, correct? I'm not prophesizing. But let me tell you one thing. In engineering, in physics, in chemistry, in physical science, there's what they call gravitational force. And I'm not going to lecture you about gravitational force because I'm going to get it wrong. But what gravitational force does is drag you down. And that's why when they are launching a rocket, they need to propel it with a lot of power. But I tell you what, as you are doing it, there are some people that try to bring you down. And they will do everything. Blackmail. They will cost you. They will create all kinds of things around you. And I assure you, if you have not started seeing that, you'll see it. And the simple reason is one thing. As you step out of this university, nobody thinks that you're going to be successful. Nobody knows tomorrow, right? If you become successful, you find out that your friends and brothers and sisters will start celebrating you. Am I correct? But if your success goes beyond their expectations, what do you think will happen? Envy, jealousy. Am I correct? And what they will do, you know? They will plan for you evils. And I assure you, all of you, without exception, you will encounter this in life. You are sincerely Bala Wunti have encountered this in life. I've just told you, I've given scholarship to people that I don't know. Unfortunately for me, 11 out of the 13, either 18, the 19 that are graduating this year are all females. I've told you I don't know a lot of them. But in this university, a lot of them will come and keep saying so many things. And so it will come to you. When you do things in this part of the world, they believe you cannot do things vis-a-vis life. They believe that you must have a motive to do what you are doing. But luckily for us today, so many things that you need to do, you don't even need to do it to get involved in all those social evils. You can spend less and still get to where you want to go if that's the objective. But what I can assure you is that people will blackmail you. I've been blackmailed, I'm still being blackmailed, and I will continue to be blackmailed. But I tell you how I survive it. Be focused. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Do what you believe in. Nobody should distract you. But good enough is that As an orphan, I came to this level. And I've never been inconsistent in my life. For anybody that know me in the last 20 years, this is how I was. For many of you that come to know me, and they came to know me after one event about 2-3 years ago, there are every reason for what I do. If I change the roof of a mosque, it's politics. If I drill a borehole, it's politics. If I buy a laptop to a female student, she's my girlfriend. If I have a widow, I'm having an affair with her. If someone do anything, Bala is involved in infidelity. But I tell you what, it's not Bala, it will happen to you. And it will start happening to you immediately you leave this university. Immediately you start recording a success. But if it happened to you, please consider this. Cameroonian saying, say, the tree that bear the sweetest fruit is the one that gets stoned the most. Perhaps people up there may not understand what we're talking. For some of us who will go chasing for wild fruit in the bush, in those days nobody owned mango orchards. They grew everywhere. But every child in the society know which mango is the sweetest. Know which dabino in which house is the sweetest. Correct? And you see people throwing stone at that mango that is the sweetest in that environment. So if they throw stone at you, it's because you are the sweetest guy. If they shoot at you simply because they can see you. A hunter never shoot what he didn't see. A hunter have to see you before you shoot. Am I correct? Am I correct? So they don't want you to be seen. But God has destined that you're going to be seen. And because God has destined that you're going to be seen, when you are seen, they will shoot you. But if they shoot you, please remain focused and remain consistent. Believe in Allah, what you are doing is because of Allah, and no human being, and I repeat, no human being will distract you. For me, I tell you, no human being brought me to this podium. It is Almighty Allah that brought me to this podium, and nobody can take me down. And I want you to know that. So the only way to do with gravitational force, let's talk engineering, is what? Create an escape velocity. Does it sound like someone trying to imitate engineers? Am I correct? So when they are dragging you down, you have to go with force. You have to confront them head on to find your escape velocity. And honestly, if you need to crush them, crush them. Because if you don't crush them, they will crush you. Why is Mr. Shatima Kashi? I think he set the stage and he said what are the issues in Nigeria, and he speak about it, and I can't quarrel with him. Obviously, if I'm an academic, I'll have a debate with him, but it's not debate issue today. But what I can tell you that every society has issues. There's no ideal society, and if there is ideal state in anything, all of us will be redundant. We don't need to do anything now. Am I correct? Everything that you're trying to do is to create an ideal, and there won't be ideal, there will never be. And so Nigeria too has some issues. And what are our issues? Can anybody tell me some of our issues? Corruption? What? Oh, this is very wide. But let's see what are the issues. Is that correct? What did you say next? Okay, let's see that. They said, poor economy, that's what I have. They said, another thing, recession. And then they can keep coming. And then when we see the problem, drug abuse, we talk about it, fire education. Huh? We can have debate on that. But then, let's go ahead. Is that all? What else? What else? What else? Eh? Do I hear the say ASU? Is it the IPPS? So he talked about constitution before. He said there are no rules. I said there are rules. But he corrected and said even if there are rules, no matter how inadequate they are, we don't follow them. Did you see what I saw? For some reason the poverty came with a cycle around it. Correct? So how did ATBU make that? Simply because I think they must have known that everything here leads to poverty. Do you agree? Do you agree that everything here leads to poverty? Poverty is poverty. Come on the TV, you can do better. You can do better, eh? Lack, scarce, everything, right? Correct? But let me ask you honestly, do you think poverty is our problem? What's our problem? Huh? Leadership. But leadership creates the poverty, right? So what does this tell you? What I hear is that a lot of people don't believe that poverty is our problem. But then, this is the beginning of ATBU. We say we are problem solvers, correct? So what you see about poverty is a symptom. It's a symptom of a problem. And in the next slide or two, we'll be talking about confirmation of what answers it gave. And there's no better confirmation than what Bureau of Statistics painted. We call this very inglorious map as poverty chart of Nigeria. And they are put in a traffic light. Those in green, they actually have a single digit poverty level. Those in unfortunately, there are very few of them. You can see them. You can see them. Correct? All of them. You can see Lagos. 8%. Oshun. And the rest of them. Correct? And then you can see the gray. The gray has between 25 to 50% poverty level. But the amber is about 50%, right? But the one of all is the red. Unfortunately, my own dear state, according to World Health Organization, we have 86.6% whooping poverty level. Can you believe that? But we have no reason to be fooled. And let me tell you, this is the beginning of our lecture. Can we have some quietness? The truth of the matter is that poverty exercises a lot of pressure on us. Talauchi, as we call it, exercises a lot of pressure on us. The question is, how can we change from poverty to prosperity? How can we change the pressure of poverty to the pleasure of prosperity? And a lot of us think poverty is negative. I don't think so. For me, poverty creates challenges. And challenges create opportunity. An opportunity where resolved and solved in a commercial way, it creates value and creates business. And I'm glad to hear the prof say they are going to set center of entrepreneurship. You know what entrepreneurs do? They look at you, they look at the challenges, and they pick a team and they develop business out of it. And we'll talk about how that is done. This is an academic cycle now. And again, This is my concentric cycle. If you use it and it fails you, blame yourself. But if you find it useful, at least comment me. I call this concentric cycle that you take yourself from poverty to prosperity. Recall what we said about poverty? We say it's a symptom, right? So how do you resolve a symptom? How many of us go to clinic every day? Okay, how many of us go to clinic every week? How many of us go to clinic every year? So all of us, right? If you don't go to clinic every year, then you have a problem, because you can go there even if it is for examination, not necessarily because you are sick. Because Balewites will always make sure that they are up and doing, and the only way you can do that is to carry out frequent medical examination. And when you go there, what happens? You have a nurse that will check your vitals, right? Temperature, pressure, etc., etc. Am I correct? That's it. So problem solving begins from there. And what she trying to do? She trying to carry out elementary diagnosis. So the state is set to carry out some diagnosis. We say poverty, pain, lack, hunger, etc. Talauchi, as we hear another one. It's a symptom. We have to combat that symptom. What's the cause of that symptom? What's the problem? And then what are the problems? You know that the problem is that everything is weak. You are weak when you are poverty. You are threatened. You don't have confidence. Am I correct? But then if you are able to take this problem head on and solve it, then you can have a solution. And the way to solve it is how? There's what they call root cause analysis, actually. When you carry out a root cause analysis, which is absolutely the diagnosis we're talking about in the medical fallacy, you find out exactly what is the cause of that problem. And if you can do that, what happens? No, I tell you, ATBU will never let you down. They just tell you that if there's a problem, they will solve you and they will solve you in a second. Problem must come, but how you deal with the problem and the issues. So when you take this problem, you do a root cause analysis, you will identify possible solution options, correct? There's no one single solution. There may be 2, 3, 4, or whatever. And then you do your cons and pros analysis, do whatever you want to do, get it done, and then those solutions may be business opportunities. It's now left for you to translate this solution to something that is bankable, something that is commercially beneficial, something that has the capacity to create value. And when you do that, you create a business model. And when you create a business model, you are basically creating the business, the architectural depiction of how you intend to take this solution from end to end to create money. And once you can do that, you can build business plan. And when you can build business plan, investor will come, including a lot of Shabbat also, including a lot of Balewites also. Perhaps banks will fund you. But what happens is that a lot of us today, we can't even build business plan. And if you follow this, you write business plan very well. You don't need anybody. All you need is to make sure you perfect your English and the rest of them, which I know all of you have better English than I do. And once you can do that business model, and it's accepted, and is funded, what are you doing? You are creating value. Am I correct? And when you create value, what happens? You make money, right? Revenue will come. And when revenue will come, you build houses, correct? You marry, you get married, right? You travel all over the world. You enjoy your life. In other words, you are in a state of prosperity. So this is a very compelling thing. It's very academic, but it's very useful. It's very useful for startup. And today, because there are no employment, you will find this handy. By the way, I have this lecture in a book. Everybody will get it. I have 3,000 copies. So, in order for you to do what you need to do, having done the academics, when I was talking to you about the 10 guidelines, I told you have to think long time, correct? And to think long time means you have to think the future. Am I correct? So what do you think about the future? Hey, I think you are getting tired. Can I close this lecture? Honestly, let me know if you are tired. So the question is, is the future? For me, and I believe for you, the future is now. The truth of the matter, nobody sees the future, but you can anticipate the future. But when you anticipate the future, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to create your own future now. Am I correct? And you guys have decided to create your own sustainable future by coming to acquire a degree from ATBU. Am I correct? You know the degree is not useful now. It's useful for you in the future because it will give you right to play. Am I correct? So the future is now. And because the future is now, we need to ask ourselves, what is the color of this future? Right? And if we think tomorrow is the future, can we create the tomorrow now? I think we can. Can't we? Can't we? So please start thinking and creating your own future. And if you do that, everything will come easy for you. And do you know the best way to create your own future? As everybody know, we are living in the world, right? And the world is on earth, correct? And what does the earth do? It moves constantly. Am I correct? You see night, you see day, you see season, rain season, dry season, Ramadan season, all what have you, correct? So what that means is that the world is changing and the world will keep changing. And therefore you must change as well. And if you can change, then you find that everything that moves, you move with it. And once you are moving with the world, you find out that you can never be obsolete. Because obsolescence is the beginning of mental inactivities. And there's nothing that kills than mental inactivity. It kills faster than poverty. Mental poverty is a very intensive sickness. I pray that we don't allow ourselves to go into mental inactivity. And now, if you have life, the life will take you into the future. The life you have today is the thing that you will use to create your own future. If you want to get a good husband, what do? You prepare yourself to be a good, am I correct? And vice versa. And vice versa. And our parents are very good at preparing you for tomorrow. Am I correct? In those days, a lot of girls that come to secondary school, we know that they are looking for a license for a better husband. But things have changed now. Girls are giving us tough time. They are doing what we cannot do, and they will continue to do better than we are doing. Is that correct? Those are to the women in the home. So, you have to do it. What we don't know, or what I don't know, or what I think I don't know, is that what is the color of tomorrow? What is the color of the future? Huh? White, right? Okay, let me tell you the convention so that you can make a choice. There are two internationally acceptable color coding that are competing today. There's the green and there's the blue. I absolutely expect you guys to say the blue because the blue depicts technology. The green depicts cleaner environment, efficient fuel, green energy, green everything. Am I correct? So the competition is between the climate-friendly green and the technology-driven blue. So the question now, to make it easy, where do you think the world, the color of tomorrow will be? The color of the future will be? Don't be too short. Is it green? Is it green? Is it blue? Is it blue? The blue have it. Let's get the confirmation. So those who say blue, I think you can see the future better than the green guy. The truth of the matter is that the green are equally important. But whatever you want to do, is going to be shaped by and driven by technology, by innovation, by creativity. And that's why Blue stands. So Blue is why I said, what topic can I talk to my kids? What topic can I talk to my sisters and brothers? And I said the best way to say that, you can rise to the top using creativity and innovation and technology. And because we and this hall have seen tomorrow that is going to be blue, so you have to prepare yourself. You have no reason to have appetite against technology. You must use technology. You cannot afford to use that 330 Nokia, correct? Why is Nokia today? Huh? Why is BlackBerry is dying, right? Nokia is dead, BlackBerry is dying. Why is Alcatel? Why is Sony? They're all dead, right? But most importantly, why is product? Why is product? Who buy camera now? Nobody buy camera except the professional cameraman. And you know what they are? If you put them on Excel, they won't be sure. They cannot appear in Excel. It's only movie producers. And today we have seen some creativity where people are creating compelling music, videos with their handheld device. So smartphone is the way to go. And so everything you must think technology. And so because you believe technology is going to drive tomorrow, you must find your seat. Correct? There are no many seats. This hall have only 1,000 people. Correct? And the official told me that it was oversubscribed because they sold over 2,000. Or they wanted to sell over 2,000. But there were no seats. So please don't agree to not to find your seat for tomorrow. So make sure you find your seat. And to find your seat for tomorrow, you need to do a couple of things. Because we agree tomorrow is going to be technology driven, we must make sure that we prepare ourselves to be technologically savvy. And if you don't, this is what is likely going to happen to you. Again, check the helicopter and check the cameraman. That's the only way they used to carry out aerial photography, correct? Anybody that wants to carry out aerial photography of ATBU, what did he do? You have to get a helicopter, you have to get a very rich advanced photographer, and then you'll be pulling himself in to take aerial photograph of this place. Am I correct? But that was yesterday. In the year of 2019, you know what is happening? Wrong. It does that smooth, it does that manless, it does that at low cost. Am I correct? So what happened to the photographer? Correct? So can anybody aspire to be him? What happened to the pilot of the helicopter? What happened to the photography helicopters? They will become obsolete. Am I correct? So the only way is to prepare yourself so that you can make sure that when the drum comes, you know how to play with the drums. And to do that, I think there are some critical learning that we have to do, and this is to the lecturers. I've heard so much about engineering, about technology, about agriculture, about XYZ, good and all. But I tell you what, we are only training our children for jobs that existed yesterday. The job that existed yesterday is the one that we're collecting degree from. And our lecturers will step up. We like them, we love them, but we talk about our problem is laziness. There's intellectual laziness as well. There's feeling of complacency. I know a lot of lecturers that they don't look at books in 1 month and they enter and give lectures. And they give the same lecture they gave 10 years ago. Not only they give the same lecture that they gave you last year, they give you the same handout. But the world is moving at a supersonic level. Nobody uses handout these days. Am I correct? And I remember 5-7 years I went back to give talk to my alma mater in Zambia. And I was asking that everybody should write his email address. and there are a lot of lecturers that then don't have email addresses. I know ATBU doesn't belong to that. I know every lecturer in ATBU is technologically savvy. Am I correct? And that's why their students are always on top. So, what is the lesson for tomorrow? They are categorized in 3 ways. There are the 4 C's. And you know what the 4 C's are? Are the old-fashioned way. Irrespective of technology or what have you. Critical thinking will continue to be relevant. So the way and manner we generate and continue to talk to and mentor people around critical thinking is critical. Creativity, collaboration. I talk about partnership, right? I talk about creating synergy. The only way you can create synergy is to be collaborative, is to be cooperative. You cannot do it alone. So collaboration, how do we create sustainable partnership? How do we create sustainable collaboration? Is key. We need to be teaching our kids on that. Communication is the bedrock of good relationship, even between a husband and wife. And so we must have those critical things. But beyond the critical thing, there's also what they call the IMT, which is what ATBU stands for. Because when you hear a technology university, basically technology doesn't mean engineering disciplines. Technology means you're talking about information literacy. Because information is about data analytics. Is ATBU operating statistical data analytics? I say, so please, this is the job of the future. Information literacy. Whether you are an engineer or whatever, please note it. Today, architecture, I was telling somebody, I don't need an architecture to design a very beautiful house. I only need a software. I only need a software. And I will just give the dimension, I give everything, and I give a lot of elevators and elevations. And I choose the one, how many rooms do I want, how many wives, how many girls, children that I have, and then the rest of them. And then everything will come. Am I correct? So architecture, get ready. But it's not only architecture, all of us must get ready. Media literacy. We talk about social media as a problem, right? But social media has come to stay. Social media will never disappear. And because it will not disappear, we must use it. So media literacy is key. New media must happen. Technology literacy. That is the one that you know of, and you must know it. And it has something to do with data integration of ICT. So the IMT component of critical skill set for 21st century are very critical. I'm sure the Vice Chancellor is listening. Lastly, they are what they call the flexible. You got to be flexible, guys. You have to have leadership. Somebody talk about leadership. You must show leadership in everything you do. Flexibility, leadership, initiative. You must take initiative. When what it is that you have to wait for somebody to remind you to go and pray. Gone by the days that someone has to tell you to do what is right. Take initiative by yourself. You have to be productive. Productivity is key. If you are not productive, forget it. I talk about 2 currencies for success at workplace: performance and relationship. Performance currency is determined by your level of productivity. So how do we make our staff, our kids, our graduates to be productive at workplace? We need some mentoring, and I think we need to change our curriculum. We need to upgrade it to make sure that these are covered. And finally, our social skills. I was listening deeply again to the sheet. And in our social skills, I just want to say this is a declaration. You talk about there are 3 kinds of people in every society. And because a lot of education comes from the Latin and the Greek, they have classified these 3 people to be, one group is called idiots, the second group are called the tribal people, and the third group are called the citizens. You know the difference between the 3? According to the Greeks, they say the idiots are those that only know themselves. Everything must be there. I do it, I like it, I enjoy it, I do everything. We don't care about anybody. Once they are okay, everybody can die. When you can afford to pay school fees for a kid, everybody can die. But I assure you that that kind of thing cannot go anywhere. Those kind of people, according to Greek, are called idiots. The second kind of people are called the tribal people. Those one are a little bit better than idiots. It's an complex. And what are they? They only do things within their comfort zone. Their family, their friends, their whatever they can see. Anybody outside that is non-entity. According to the Greek, they call those kind of people the tribal people. You cannot qualify to be seen for anything. You cannot be seen by your performance, by your character, by your chemistry. You can only be seen to be part of them. You must be a Fulani, you must be a Yoruba, you must be this before you become that. God forbid, that's not the way to go. God in his own wisdom created all of us to be equal. Of course, equality will determine on how we behave and how we characterize ourselves. But before Allah, the one that is most favorable is the one that is most fearful of God. But to say simply because I must be a Hausa man before I get a job, or I must be a Yoruba man before I get a job, it's creating a lot of distortion in our social cycle. And we need to change that. And lastly, the citizens. The citizens are those ones that, I don't know the difference between any one of you. The best among you is the one that have the best character, the one that can be trusted more, the one that can deliver more. Correct? In other words, it's a competency-driven society. And I know that's what ATBU stands for. And that's why when you see graduates from ATBU, they are different from others. A second-class lower graduate will always behave better than first class and many school graduates. And I'm talking about that. And I know that despite the imperfection, in the context of our today's society, ATBU is trying. But I think they also need to watch out and then move to the next level. And so, talking about 20th century also, I've given you some border literacy, the fundamentals, literacy, the kind of competency that you're going to be looking at, and the character. We talk about character. You have to be curious and initiative. You have to be persistent, adaptability, trust, etc., etc. You need these guys. You need this to survive. And finally, when I was coming, I was thinking that I haven't heard what I had, especially when Mario came out. I said I'm going to talk about three things. You see, today, everybody has the three T's. Every one of us has the three T's. The first T is what's actually innermost in us. It's innate, it's hidden, it's latent, it's our DNA. It's called treasure. What is it that you treasure most in your life? Correct? You treasure your kindness, you treasure whatever. I'm not going to waste time, I'm going to rush for the single time, I'm calling prayers. And then the second one is what you acquire, talent. You all acquire great talent, great knowledge and the rest of them. And everything that you do is going to be in that concept. Good. So if you're talking about this kind of talent, you have it, guys. ATBU has prepared, has granted that talent. The question now is that now you know that you treasure and you know your talent, what are you going to use it for? There's another currency that you have. That currency is called time. So the combination of these three things, treasure, talent, and time, are the resources that you are equipped with today. And you must use them wisely. And you must use them wisely to achieve your purpose. I like the line that this is a place, ATBU is a place where hearts come together in unity of purpose. Am I correct? So what it means is that they create things for you to achieve your purpose. Every human being has his own purpose in life. Am I correct? Every human being has his own purpose in life. I have my own purpose in life. And I will aspire to achieve my own purpose in life. But you know what defines me as a great person? It's not whether I achieve my own purpose. It's when I help others to achieve their purpose. The measure of success for me is how much am I able to use these three T's to help other people to achieve their own purpose, so that they can help others to achieve their own purpose too. And when you have that, you start creating a network. And the network that if you do and apply it, you apply the talent that you have, you trade it and you share it. I do that a lot, guys, and it has helped me. And I encourage you to use it. Apply your knowledge, trade it, If you can't make money, there's nothing wrong, it's intellectual property. And also share it. The beautiful thing about teaching, the more you teach, the more you learn. Correct? Those who doesn't teach, they never learn. Even in class among students, the guy that is helping to do the assignment for others is actually learning. Other people are not learning it. Correct? You learn by doing. Correct? So it's important that you practice. And the only way you can practice is to do your own and go beyond your own and do others. I remember when I was in school, people who come, especially with profound respect, the girls who like it easy, they will ask you to do a couple of things for me. I'm seeing a lot of problems. And the more problems I see, the more I attempt to solve it, and the more I learn, and the more I went ahead of them. So it's important that you share it. The more you share, the more you learn. And then do something that very, very close to my heart. I do what I call the 139. It's a model that I created. I'm implementing it in my workplace and it's working. What does that mean? I'm just one person. Am I correct? If I can mentor and coach 3 people, which I can't I? Can I? So why can't I do it? If I do it and I can create 3 more of me, or even better me, am I correct? If those 3 will also create another 3 each, what happens? They create 9 and better people, right? I've been told that we're going to graduate 3,428, and I'm doing a simple mathematics. Don't ask me how I get this data. Correct? And the simple thing is that if these 3 people create the first level of 3 people, each one of them create 3, it means they can change and mentor 10,284. Is my mathematics correct? If this can do in the second year, let's say this is the first year that they achieve that. If this is the first year they achieve that, this number, you guys sitting here, you guys are going to be conferred with degree, diploma, and what have you. If you by next year impact people's life, 3 people only, and I know you can do more than 3. But let's say you just impact 3, either by helping one small child to go to school, or by doing community organizing to clean your environment, or by doing whatever you do, you generate 10,000 better people. If this 10,000 in the second year, each one of them will generate 3. In the third year, they will generate close to 100,000. Am I correct? What that means is that in 10 years, the graduate in this room, the 3,400 plus graduate, can generate 10 million better people in Nigeria. And I know you will do it. I'm sorry, I say 1 million, I misspoke. 1 million better people. And this is by no means. And can you imagine if all other universities will do the same? And that's why mentoring is good. And that's why I committed to start my foundation. I have a foundation, but I've never launched it. But I'm going to be launching my foundation anytime from now. And I will recruit mentees. But just to recruit mentees, you are looking for something. And what are you looking for? You are looking for people that will learn, people that are ready, people that will make sacrifice as well. Just like the mentees themselves, they are looking for better mentors. Am I correct? So you see me, you see Shapa, you see somebody that you like, you have to prepare yourself to recruit the best mentor. So the recruitment actually is back to you. How do you recruit mentors? And I will leave it to you, everybody, to do that. The currency that we learn about is important. You have to be yourself, you have to be authentic, you have to be trusted, and you have to be ready to work hard. And if you do that, you'll be able to achieve what the world will not, be surprised with. So graduates, we're here, the future leaders of this country, the great Balewites. You all need to secure your places. And if you secure your own place, you have to secure your right to play outside this university. You come to the university, you pass through the university, and I'm very confident that the university has passed through as well. university has passed you, you should be grateful. You should be grateful that you are among the 1% of the world that are potential fullers. You know how the world is classified, right? Whatever the population you have, they say 1% of them are fullers. So if you take 7 billion, about 700,000 are fullers. All the other one are fools. They only make money on us. The smart people, the Alhaji Shapa of this world, the smartest one among you, the Mark Zuckerberg of this world, the Facebook creator, they are making money from you and I. Am I correct? As we sit down now, I can imagine the kind of alert and alarm is going into Alhaji Shapa's account. Am I correct? So he's one of the fuller. And what I want you guys to do is to be the fuller, to be among the 1%, right? So that you will be making money, you'll be living well, you'll be having prosperity. Well, when you are doing that, you also give back to the society. And that's why I said, secure your position to do by building your creativity and innovation. And I think to do that, you need to have your trust. And turn your trust to the highest level. And if you do that, you find out a combination of trust and technology can only take you to where you never expect. So you not only rise to the top, you go beyond the top and you remain there by the grace of God. And I think the time is now ready to say Salah, and I say remain blessed, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Nigeria student, Nigeria student. I want to say, I want to yarn, I want to cuero, I want to conquero, I want to introduce the theoretically, analytically, statistically, completely, structurally stable. The person who put capacity, ability, who structural stability, and financial capability. There's a comfortable point of the
Let me two questions here, two questions there. That's 4 ball of 6. So the first one, anybody? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, go ahead. I have 6. The young ones. About 3 weeks ago, many people have seen in the social media my picture, the group managing director, my boss, with our little Yusuf. Yusuf is the winner, the Northeast winner of the NMPC quiz competition. And Yusuf went to represent Bauchi at the final. He didn't win, but he made us proud. And that is one area that NMPC is encouraging people. NMPC offers scholarship together with their partners on the standalone. If you see scholarship coming from Total, from Shell, from Mobil, NMPC is contributing 60%. Thirdly, NMPC is the only company on earth that belongs to you and belongs to me, and we're all equal owners. So there are equal donors and equal deals. Just follow the process and you do what you do. NMPC is the only platform that can give an orphan like me an opportunity to be standing here. And that is part of the win that we do. And I encourage every one of you, abide with the society. Forget about any story that tell you say you have to have a godfather. No, I never know anybody in NMPC when I apply. And I told you, the post office I would say is not working is the one that brought my appointment letter to Bauchi. Even in an address where they say it's not working, B303 Wunti Street, I still have the application, I know at the appointment letter, and I still have the envelope that it comes. I don't know anybody, and it comes. And that is how NMPC takes control. A lot of them, when we are recruiting, people call me. I said, look, I'm taking, if there are allocation for 20 people in NMPC, that must be from Bauchi. Why should I bother whether it is the son of Bala Wunti or the son of anybody? Every Bauchi indigenous or Bauchi state citizen can be among the 20. And all we try to do is to make sure that Bauchi will not be shortchanged. If they have 20, they must get 20. But who among Bauchi state citizens emerge is for the best? Whoever emerges the best, he will go among the first 20. When we did our exam and I get to know I was number 9, I wasn't even number 1, 2, 3. And Bauchi then have allocation for 12 people. If I was number 13, I wouldn't have gotten there. But because I was 9 and I was looking for this, you heard me talking about why are these people pushing me. But they gave me a reason. They gave me a reason because there's someone I have fun with and I have never had opportunity of meeting her, Maria. I have listened to her poems and I love it. And when they told me that, okay, they're giving her one more laptop, because I'm already having budget. I budgeted to give 10 here. And when they told me, oh, they included her, I was the one that said she should be included, that makes it 11. So the truth of the matter is that that's how it comes. I don't know these guys, they don't know me. And I don't need to know them. And I don't want any one of them to go and thank me. You understand? And that's what NNPC stands for. And on this note, Prof, if Maria Yusuf, after she graduated, she's ready to progress to specialize, I undertook to be her scholarship for postgraduate. It is a personal commitment, and I will do it through the university so that to make sure that nobody read any meaning to it. By the way, when she was singing her poem, I haven't seen her. I was hidden somewhere, and I don't want to know her. But Prof, because she made Bauchi State proud, because she put Bauchi State on the map, I know how many people have tweeted that poem, and people call me from all over the world. That is initiative. For her taking that initiative, she earned a scholarship program. And not only that, I've been advised. Many people don't know that I'm a chemist. But I'm a chemist. I read chemistry in ATBU area. And the founding head of the Department of Chemistry in ATBU was my project supervisor, Dr. Ian. Dr. Ian was borrowed because we went to ABU and to ATBU, right? So I don't see the difference between ATBU. I think the first one who took it is very ABU. And so Dr. Ian came in here and I'm very proud to be a chemist. Chemists give me the versatility in this world and it makes me what I am. And because it does that, starting from this graduation, every first graduation chemistry student will have an award from me of sum of money and a gift to be determined later. But I also want to extend that. The only thing that qualified me to be a Balewite is because I read management in ATBU. And not only I read management, I happen to be the best graduating diploma student, and I have a distinction in my MBA. I will also give the best graduating MBA student if you are still running that course. You have an award and you have a startup capital and startup lecture going to start. And for the newly created department, my daughter likes to help people in healthcare. She's not a doctor. She just went to school. Incidentally, she read chemical engineering. And she did her master's in green energy from Imperial University. She loved to help people with healthcare, and she did a lot of that. I'm going to support the best graduating medical student whenever they graduate. So let me repeat for the record. Best graduating chemistry student, best graduating MBA student, and best graduating medical doctor from ATBU. From when they start, I will give them an award and I will make it official and write it. It is from Bala Wunti from NBC. And so, I don't know whether there's a ceremony for them to get, but if there's a ceremony, I will excuse myself, let the vice chancellor come and give them their laptop. So that they make sure that the laptops are the laptops, they are not. And then I will talk to the vice chancellor in whatever form of share. NNPC have already commenced the collaboration with you. That is not an issue I'm here, but I'm aware of what you have been doing and we continue to take it and we support it. I know my alma mater want to talk to me. I'm available to talk and whatever we support, we support. Thank you very much. Very well.
Just call the name, then he will hand over to the person. So,
Please, I will have Maria Yaya Bopa. Can you come? We have Najiba Habib. We have Abdusalam Salisu. Chemistry department. We have Muhammad Ibn Muhammad. We have Farouk Mailambu Waziri. Saidu Suleiman. Halima Sani Suleiman. Zainab Hidayat Yahoo. Zainab Hidayat Yahoo. Okay, please, the two of you can go for a handshake. Because all of them, sir, one of them. Abdurrahman, please, can you go forward? Then the other person will meet Rabiu because he budgeted for 10 people and it happens that now there are 11. So Rabiu, the younger brother to the MD, please hold him responsible. You will get it for sure. Please go for the handshake. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, sir. MD, sir. Who is he? Sorry. Please.
My name is Rilwa Mohammed, a 500-level student of the Department of Agricultural Economics and Extension, Faculty of Agriculture and Agricultural Technology of Balewites University, Bauchi. I am a writer who doesn't have prowess of public speaking. But I want to be like Bala Wunti when I grow up so that I can speak with spellbinding eloquence, without details, being prose of Bala Wunti, beyond striking semblance to that of Thomas Hardy, of reputable standing, and of course even Rushed. I'm delighted to be here in the midst of personalities on reputable standing to present the maiden edition of the African Golden World magazine, which is a publication of the final year students under the name 38 Balewites. I am filled with pride to announce to you that this year's graduating students have swum against the tide in coming up with a publication of this standing. The magazine embodies dossiers of prominent individuals such as the Vice Chancellor of the University and our very own Bala Wunti, who is the star of the magazine. And it features again many articles, poems as the one read by
Thank you very much.
Talk people on smartness. I thought somebody would say, what does that your support mean? In Igbo land, when you say you want to give moral support, you know what they will ask you? Egole moral support. So I thought they were going to ask me, they didn't. But let me present this and buy a copy of this magazine, even though it doesn't have a price on it, but I'll buy one at 250,000 naira. And so anybody that wants to buy, at least, especially if you want to buy higher than my price, is welcome. So, and you know who they are, Thank you very much, thank you.
Yes, mention it, please. Any other person? Okay. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to have your indulgence to please go back to your seat. To announce a donation of 500,000. Put your hands together for him, please.